Hey everyone, I hope you are doing well whenever this live stream or the replay of this live stream, whenever you come across this. I hope life is just treating you fantastic. All right, I truly do. After my sessions over the weekend, I wanted to hop on here this morning and talk about more signs from your loved ones, things that maybe you are missing. And I had this question asked to me a few times this past week where I had sessions where people came because they were upset because they are not receiving signs, they're not connecting to their loved one, they're not hearing them, all of that. Hey, Bob, good morning. How are you doing? So, before we get into this live stream, I'm going to start TikTok here. All right, let's get TikTok going. And remember, let me know where you are watching this video from, how you are doing, how's your day going, how was your weekend, what is going on with you all. Anything interesting, anything new you're working on? I would love to know. Hi, Lauren. How are you guys? All right, so I'm on here. We're going to talk about signs from your loved ones. So we're here live streaming on Instagram as well and YouTube. Hopefully, we're on Instagram, you guys. It says Instagram today, so we'll see. Hopefully, it does. If not, y'all will find this live stream. All right, so I'm going to be live streaming, talking more about your loved ones, signs, all of that good stuff. Because, like I said, I told YouTube right now, TikTok. Hi, Lovely. Hi, Sleepy. Hi, Kim. Hi, Ray Ray. Lucia, how are you guys? Just give you guys a quick shout out. Let me know where you're watching this from. And don't forget to add me on YouTube. It's the same name, okay? That way you could see more readings. I do more longer collective readings there as well. But I'm going to chat more about your loved ones, signs, because this past weekend, I had this asked so many times, and I've had so many people ask me and tell me, how do I connect to my loved one? How do I know what sign is what? Some people feel like they're going absolutely crazy, and some people get really upset because they cannot figure out the sign, or they just feel like they're not connecting to their loved one. So I'm going to go over some signs. Ooh, and I have the REM pod right here, as you can hear. Here, TikTok, I'll move so you guys can see and you hear. That's the spiritual energy detector. So you all can see that heaven truly is all around you. Heaven is within us and all around us. Your loved ones, they are all around you. Okay. They're just in a different energetic plane, a different frequency. And most of us, we can't see that light. Okay. Because your loved ones, they do look like how they still look like you could see me, right? But it's not, it's more like an energy. So when I see your guys' loved ones, they come in like flashes for me. So I'll see them how they looked, or a lot of the times they will appear a bit younger. I've noticed that. I mean, I can't even count how many readings I've done, but they always come looking how they truly loved, looking. Say they liked what they look like in their mid 30s or early 20s. Sometimes they will appear that young, but they will also show me what, say, if they passed when they looked older, what they did look like as they were, older. So Bob says, I'm from, I don't know if I can pronounce that right. from Manitoba, Canada. What? Oh my gosh, you are silly. Silly, silly. All right. So if you have any questions, you guys here on TikTok, please drop them as we go through this. All right. And so we're just going to go ahead and jump into this. All right. Let me put the chat box up here so you guys could see your comments here as well on YouTube. Good morning. Good, beautiful morning. Hi, Montana. Hi, Tommy. Hi, Chris. Hello, Sandra. Hi, Ted. Oh, how exciting. All right, guys. So if you have had a loved one who has passed, and I'm going to say this one first, it really, if you want to see a medium when your loved one passes away, you can see a medium right away. I have done a session here for Bob here who's on YouTube, and we connected with his mother 4 days after she had passed away. And we had such a wonderful session. The session, actually, he allowed me to post it. It's here on YouTube. So if you're interested in checking that out, but she was able to bring forth a lot of good information and make that connection. And the reason why Bob had such a great connection with his mom, even though it was only 4 days after she had passed away, is because it has to do a lot of with your beliefs first, and also how open you are to connecting to the afterlife. All right. So a lot of us, if you're religious, that's fine. It doesn't matter. But some of us could be living in a bit of fear of the afterlife, and it's okay if you are. It's not a problem. But where it can become a bit of a problem is when you come to connect with your loved one and you don't have that strong connection. Now, you have to come to a session with an open mind and an open heart, the best that you can, if you want to have a great session, a great connection. Otherwise, because you have to remember us mediums, yes, we are the bridge to communicating with your loved ones, but you guys are the main reason, the main bridge, the main source. So if you're struggling with your emotions, if you're struggling with your beliefs, if you are just really deep in grief, which is normal and that is okay, it could it could bring up some issues with just connecting with your loved ones. And so they will come through, like the session I did 2 days ago, and the client, she came, and of course she was just really, really upset and really down, which is normal. So her loved one came through and just really held space for her so she could really talk about her feelings, her emotions, everything that she was, her anger, her hurt, her pain. And so that will happen a lot. And some people will question that. Well, how come they didn't say this or that or this or that? And it's because your loved ones will come through. Oh, confirming. They're going to come through and talk about what you need right in that moment. So whenever you book a session. So some people will come and have a couple of sessions, which is fine. But I just want you to keep this in mind. If you are struggling with grief really bad after your loved one has passed away, you can connect to them. You can book a session right away. But if you are worried about making that strong connection, definitely give yourself some space and some time. And that is different for everyone. So maybe you need to take a couple months before you book a session, or some people wait a couple of weeks. Some people will wait even 6 months or up to a year. It really just depends on you. Okay. It doesn't depend on the medium. It all depends on you, your openness, where you're at emotionally, and where you're at on your grief journey. Okay. Bob says, I saw a blue. Oh, let me put this up here. Bob says, I saw. Oh, my dad came through to you all dressed up. Yes. So Bob's dad, when we did a session for his parents, his dad passed away first, then his mother a year later, I believe. And his dad came through just all fancy, all dressed up in his business suit. It was so cool to see that and to feel that. And Bob was like, "Oh my gosh, that's what he loved about himself. Him being very classy, very well dressed, very proper, very well put together." And he just loved that about himself. So that was really interesting to see how he came through in his session. And Bob also said, I saw a blue jay this morning outside my window. Was my mom? Yes, absolutely. So, yes, Bob is definitely getting signs from his loved ones, and he's able to become, I mean, he's become so much more aware than he was, oh my gosh, how long? A few years ago, Bob. But he's definitely learned a lot. So he's able to pick up messages from his loved ones and be that aware that, yes, these are signs, okay? Because your loved ones, when they get to the other side, like I said, you could connect to them, I mean, instantly as soon as they pass. Their soul leaves their body and they go into this transitional phase, what we call like the life review, and they go through everything that they have experienced in their life. Everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, is like what I like to say. So even though they're in that life review, the life, transition, we still can connect to them. But just keep in mind, it's all based upon your beliefs, your experiences, and like I said, where you're at in your grief journey. And so if you do come and you book a session and you're just grieving really hard, it is okay. Your loved one, they're just going to help you through that grief. They may say things that you need to know and you need to hear in that moment to help you get through whatever you are really working through. Okay. And that doesn't mean that we're just one day going to wake up and grief is going to be gone. That's not how grief works. And they understand that on the other side. So that's why they will come through, like I was explaining on this session I had 2 days ago, where, her loved one just came through and really held that space for her so she could just talk and talk and let it all out. And by the end of her session, she felt really great. She felt not completely 100%, feeling better, but she felt this bit of peace, this bit of comfort, knowing that her loved one was able to comfort her and say things that she really needed to know at that time. And like I said, you could book, multiple sessions, but just keep that in mind as you go through your grief journey. Your connection to your loved one will get stronger. Okay. And they'll bring through more things as well. All right. I want to ask you guys, since you've lost a loved one, or those of you that have you ever just felt like somebody was in the room with you, even though you can't see anything, but you can sense and just feel? And oh, it's giving me the chills right now. But you'll get the chills too. Like you just feel it. And some of you might like look around like, I don't see anybody, but I can totally sense or feel something is just around you, maybe standing by you or behind you, and you can just feel that. Let me know. Have you guys felt that? All the time, Montana says, all the time. I get whiffs of cologne or perfume. Yes. Ooh, I love that. Bob, I know you definitely over here on YouTube, I know you definitely picked that up as well. So, yes, that is a sign that your loved ones, even if you're in that heavy grief and you're just so down and depressed and you feel that, don't dismiss that. Okay. You guys, I have a notebook here. I always giggle and laugh at myself because I have a notebook in my car. I got one beside my bed. I have one here, right here, in my office. I have one in my gym bag because everywhere I go, if I pick up a sign, say I'm driving or I'm going to the grocery store to pick up, stuff that I need, and you may get a sign, you may see a butterfly, you may see something, and I always say write it down or note it in your phone because sometimes we do forget. I mean, life is life, and you guys, we get busy, we get stressed, we got kids, family, whatever, and sometimes we can forget. Even me being a medium, I've seen signs, and by the end of the day I'm like, oh shit, what was that, and we forget. So write, carry a little notebook with you, or just type it in your notes on your phone when you get a sign, when you feel this, so that way you don't forget. And I will always tell you guys that, write them down, keep track when these things do happen, because this is how you will start to become more aware. So when your loved one passes away and say that's all you could feel is just like, oh, I feel someone is around me, I feel a bit creeped out, and say you just want to run out the door, run out your house. That is totally normal, and that is just you becoming aware, sensing, and feeling and picking up. Oh, there's your loved ones, their spirit, picking their energy up. All right. And they don't come to do this to spook us or to scare us. It's just they want to get to you and let you know, like, hey, I am totally alive. Actually, they're more alive than they were here in the physical realm. Like they are truly living life. Okay. Because when we go back to the afterlife, to the other side, we return back to our purest form. We are love. We are energy beings. All right. We are here just to have this temporary human experience. And even if you don't believe that, you'll find out when it's your turn to go back home. All right. But have you guys ever felt just emotional out of nowhere? Like maybe you're driving to work one morning and you just feel this overwhelming sense of you feel sad, you just want to cry, and maybe you haven't cried in a couple of weeks or a couple of days. And you're trying to think like, why do I even feel this way? Like, what's going on? That is your loved ones. All right. And then after that, sometimes when you feel that emotion and you kind of question and think about it, you might think about them. You might see a vision, see their face pop up in your mind. Or you may see somebody at the store or at work or as you're driving that looks like your loved one, and that is in an energetic way. That's a sign that they are with you. They are trying to communicate with you and just let you know, simply know they are around. Bob says, I smell Cody all the time. Yes, his dog, Bob's dog. Oh, I forget how long Cody passed away. Has it been a couple years now, Bob? But yes, when you will smell their scent. Like, say if your father worked um, outdoors a lot, and you could smell that dirt, or maybe your father or your grandfather was a welder, and you could smell that like burnt smell. That's a sign. Smelling their cologne, their favorite cologne or perfume, or that smell of their house. like grandmothers or mothers, they have that, when you walk in their home, they have that smell, that certain smell, and you just somehow you just smell that, and it'll come like quick. You'll just get like a whiff of it and you're like, what was that? Maybe if your loved one like to cook or bake. I get that a lot. I mean, a lot of grandmothers and nanas and moms cook and bake, but you may smell something particular that they liked to cook or bake. You may smell cinnamon or something peachy, or even smell something really spicy. And that is definitely, definitely them. Okay. What about your electronics messing up? Have you ever had your phone or your laptop like glitch or just shut down, or the battery just died, or the lights in your room or in your hallway or wherever you're at? Maybe you're in the kitchen and your lights flicker in the living room and you're like, what the fuck was that? Yeah, that's happened to me many times. And it's just simply your loved ones. All right. It doesn't mean your house is haunted. Okay. It's majority of the time, as long as you're not doing bad things, it is your loved ones or your pets. And it's just a simple way. You probably like, why are they flicking the lights? Well, they're just trying to get your attention, to let you know, hey, I'm around, because it's so hard to see them in light form. Right? Like I said, most of us, we're not able to perceive that unless you're highly intuitive or psychic or a medium. Then we get glimpses of that, because we have to tap into that frequency. But that is definitely a huge sign. So don't freak out when that happens. Okay. Just, if that happens, just think of maybe who it is, or maybe you may get that thought. Usually you'll get a thought or a feeling like, oh my God, my dad's around. Oh my God, that was my mom or my sister. You will think of them. You may have a dream later about them, and it is them, just letting you know they definitely are around. What about stuff being moved around? Have you ever walked into the kitchen and you're like, oh shit, where are my car keys? Or where's my favorite spatula? Yes, these things can most definitely happen. It does take a lot of energy for them to start moving things around, but it can happen. Okay. I know a lot of people, they get signs right away as soon as their loved one passes, but they're just not aware of what it is, what is going on. So just know your loved ones, they don't get tired, they don't get fed up. Sometimes they may be a little feisty and sassy, like, hey, you're not paying attention. I'm sending you all these signs, and you think you're not getting any signs, but you really are. So just be aware of your day-to-day activities, what you're doing, all of that, okay? Because you'll start becoming aware. You'll start getting, the signs, the awareness too of what the signs are. Sorry guys, my little one is pounding on the door. Hold on, honey. I'm doing my work video, love. I'll be right there. He's okay. He's good. Let me know so far if any of this, does this resonate? Oh no, Paulina, does my internet connection count? Yes. Sometimes your Wi-Fi can go on and off. Like, the most weirdest things can happen, you guys. And if you think right away, I know some people, they'll get a little freaked out and spooked, which is okay. But then you'll start thinking, oh my gosh, my dad, my brother, my cousin, whoever it is in heaven. Sometimes if you have multiple people, they will all come together as a group and just try to get your attention. Okay, so yes. Oh my gosh, I get so excited when you guys talk about it. Hold on, honey. All right, 1 second, guys. Let me just let me send a. Oh, there's your loved ones. There's your loved ones. Okay, 1 second. This is going to freeze for 1 second on TikTok. Hold on. One second. Just getting Alex situated. All right. Got some help in there. They just don't know he's pounding on the door. All right. All right, guys. We are back. Just had to get my son situated here. All right. Do any of these make sense? Are any of these signs, have you guys experienced these so far? Having those dreams. Maybe you fall asleep on the couch or your chair and you just kind of doze off and you see your loved one while you were asleep. That is definitely them. All right. If your dreams are very colorful and you can feel the feelings, your emotions and your thoughts in your dreams. Sometimes you'll see your loved ones in your dreams and they may not even say anything. They're just there. That is them. Okay. Whenever we are sleeping, you guys, when we're asleep, your soul is traveling into different dimensions. It's an easier way your loved ones can connect to you as well. That's why you may have a lot of dreams or a dream first of your loved one or your pet, because that is the easiest way. Through dreams and through sending repeating numbers will be usually the first way you will start to get that awareness that they are around or that something is definitely going on that you need to pay attention to. So when that does happen, those of you that are not aware, and you start seeing repeated numbers, write them down. You start having these dreams or these thoughts, these visions of your loved one. You are not going crazy. It is really them. Okay. You'll have those dreams. You'll think of memories. If, say, you're working or you're cooking and you just start to have these random memories pop up, just little things will pop up. That is them. That is their energy around, and you're feeling them and you're picking them up. It's so exciting. So just all you have to do is just become aware, and you could simply acknowledge, like, hi mom, I see you, I feel you, I know you're around. Thank you. That's all you have to do. Okay. And write it down because you don't want to forget. I know some people say, well, you won't forget. Trust me, you're going to forget. As time goes on, life gets busy. We tend to forget things. Okay. What about having or hearing one of their favorite songs play on the radio, or just you maybe walk into the mall and one of their favorite songs are playing, or a song that you guys would listen to, or something that reminds you of them. I know I've had this happen a lot when my dad passed. What about, has that happened to you? That is definitely them letting you know that they're around. Okay. What about just that sense that you just feel like someone or something is protecting you, and you just can't quite explain it, but you feel it. You feel it deeply in your heart, in your soul. And you're like, hi, I don't know, but I just feel like something is always guiding me and protecting me. That is your loved ones around. Your loved ones, they can be like your spirit guides and your angels as well, and they can guide you, comfort you, and protect you, just as they did here in the physical realm, just on an energetic way. So they will guide you to maybe other people, or to let's say, a particular book on the bookshelf and you open it and there is an answer to a question you were asking. So they could come in many different ways. It's just becoming aware. Like Bob was saying here, he saw a blue jay this morning, which was his mom. They may appear, through butterflies, through certain birds, a lot through nature. I get that a lot because I love nature. So I get a lot of the souls who love to be outdoors and in nature. So different types of flowers. I mean, they can show you the lake. They will, whatever it is that reminds you of them, that is them. Okay. And it will be different for everyone. And they communicate with you based upon your life experiences, their experiences and yours. So, like when you come for a session with me, I may say things that I have no idea what they mean, but I'll just say it. And then you'll know, oh, that was this time we did this, or whatever. Or yes, they love to be outdoors on the lake, fishing. And I don't know what that means. I'm just relaying the energetic message. How exciting. And how you connect. How do you connect with them? Jay Cash, yes, your dad is around you. That's why I'm making this live stream. So you guys know you could start picking up signs. You understand some signs that they are sending you. All right, 1 second. Hold on, babe. Hold on, Alec. I'm almost done, babe. All right, 1 second, guys. 1 second. Let me see what he needs. All right, y'all. So sorry. Just had to make sure he was good, the sitter. He's not watching. So yes, the fact that you are here right now on this live stream is a sign that your loved ones are around you right now. Just because they're not physically here and you can't physically see them doesn't mean that they are not around you. So you being here right now, they are with you right now. All right, let me see. I'm just looking for comments. Let's see. Just want to make sure I see you guys' comments. So yes. Does any of these resonate with you? Do you kind of understand a little bit and how you connect to them? I'm going to tell you guys a real simple and easy way. Even if you're heavy in grief, it's okay. You can just start practicing this. What I want you to do is get a notebook, get you a pen, pencil, whatever you prefer to write. And when you are in a place where you could sit by yourself for a couple of minutes, however long you could sit by yourself for, make sure you don't have your phone with you, don't have no kids, don't have your pets, where you are just totally alone. Okay, when you can have that alone time, I want you to sit with yourself, close your eyes if you prefer, if you want to. Some people, it's a lot easier. Just close your eyes. And I want you, however you talk to your loved one, call them out. Say, mom, son, brother, dad, or if you had a nickname, call them and just simply talk to them, however you would talk to them. Say, I love you so much. I miss you so much. I'm trying to understand how to connect with you. Can you send me signs that are easiest for me to understand right now? And you can even ask them a question. However you talk to God, your angels, your guides, is the same way you're going to talk to your loved ones, just as if they were sitting right in front of you. And then whenever you ask them, say you ask them a question, let me know that you're around me. But please send me a sign that is easiest for me to understand right now. And I say that right now because depending on how you're feeling emotionally. Okay, so if you're really emotional, that's where they may send repeating numbers first, or hop into your dreams, or just give you visions of them, or just that feeling, that sense they're around, and that emotional feeling. All right, so ask them for that, and you have to keep in mind that it's not going to just happen at the snap of a finger. You have to ask them, talk to them, send me a sign that's easiest for me to understand, and then let it go. And just let it go. Don't be thinking about it. Don't go looking for a sign. Just let it go. And you could do this, take 5 minutes. You can even set a timer for 5 minutes and just close your eyes. If you have to cry, cry. However you're feeling, don't suppress your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts, and just have that conversation. And then just let it go. And on your notebook, write, if you asked a question, write that question. Whatever you did, whatever you asked, write it out, date it. You can even put the time if you want, and just let it go. And then go about your day, your evening, whatever you're doing. And it may take, depending, like I said, on your level of awareness or where you're at, it could take a couple of days. It could be maybe a week or two goes by and you end up seeing a yellow butterfly, or you end up smelling them or their cologne, or you get these repeated numbers. Sometimes it could take a month and you may get a message. Sometimes it doesn't take that long. It just depends on you and how aware you are of energy. And everybody can do this, okay? The only problem some people may have is how closed off your heart is, how emotional you are. That's where you can really block and not be unaware of the signs, of the energy that they are trying to send you to communicate with you. You might even hear their name or your name being called. Has that happened to you? I know a lot of people that happens to them, and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. And so, yeah, you'll hear maybe your name be called in the middle of the night. And it doesn't mean there's something spooky around. It's just your loved ones, because they don't sleep. Okay. They're around all the time doing stuff, they're busy, and they come and check on you. So if you wake up in the middle of the night, early in the morning, that is normal too. They are just simply around. And between like 3 and 6 in the morning, the energy, the frequencies shift and change. And a lot of people, oh, there's spirit confirming that. I get so excited, you guys. So excited. But the frequency and the energy changes. So you will pick up that frequency a lot quicker because you're asleep and you're not thinking of your day to day and all this other stuff that's stressful, life. You're more relaxed, so they can make that connection a lot quicker with you. So yeah, it's normal to hear things, your name being called, or just simply hearing their voice. And no, it's not a mimic or a demon or nothing like that. It truly is them. All right. And they want you to know these things. They don't want you to be afraid or to think something is trying to get you or out to get you. No, absolutely not. And that's one thing that drives me crazy, because if you're afraid, then you're not going to connect to them. And that's not what they want. They don't want you to live in fear or to live in that programmed mindset, because it's only hurting you. It, and they don't like that. So, yeah, they come through bold, sassy, and full of love. They do, because they want you to be okay, and just learn how to communicate with them and talk to them and understand. And just try this simple exercise. You could try it. You got to keep practicing though. It's not going to just happen one time. You ask them one time and then, oh, well, Sheri is full of shit because it didn't happen and I tried it once. You have to keep trying. You don't have to do it every single night or every day, but try a couple of times a week, just reaching out to them. Hey, send me a sign that's easiest for me to understand. Hey, I'm going through a rough time. I fucking miss you. How do I get through this, particular event that's coming up? Send me a sign that's easiest for me to understand right now, and just wait for that to appear. Maybe you take off to the grocery store and you see 1111. You're like, oh shit, I was just talking to my loved one 2 days ago asking a question. And then you see 1111 and they're there right there guiding you. If you don't understand what numbers mean, just look it up, the spiritual meaning of 1111, and see how it's fitting for whatever you are going through or whatever you may have asked. And if you do need help, my link is here up in the bio, here on YouTube, bio or description here below. Book a mediumship session. I can definitely help you understand the signs you're missing, or what does this mean, or what do these dreams mean. Or if you're just struggling and you're like, I cannot connect to them, I just truly need some help, definitely book a session so I can help you. Okay. I don't want you to feel alone. Your loved ones don't want that. That's why I'm here. All right. Oh, Emma, I always feel someone touching my face. Oh my gosh, that gets me so excited. Yes. You know, they really comfort you. They really do. So don't freak out when you feel that, or if you feel like someone's playing with your hair or brushing your hair. It truly is your loved ones. Okay. Beth says my mom sends dragonflies. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's so exciting. Oh, it's so heartwarming. I love it for you guys. Because you know that, hey, they are around. And you know what? They're still with you, loving you, supporting you, and guiding you. And that you truly are never alone. It may spook you for a hot minute there, but once you get used to it, and the more you connect with them, the more you will feel them. And there will be times where you just don't feel anything, and that is okay. That doesn't mean that there's something wrong, okay? Because even me being a medium, it's not, I don't, I'm not connecting to your loved ones just 24/7 all day every day. It's, I have breaks, unless I have, depends on how many clients I have a week. Your loved ones, they'll come see me before your session and start chatting a bit, but I'm not just here connecting to the neighbor's loved one, and like, it's not all crazy like that. It's not like they're coming to me and like, oh, go talk to this person or this person. It's more so whenever they come around a lot, when you guys book your sessions, and they know, and they will guide you to somebody. So be aware of that. They will guide you to a certain medium, a psychic, someone that you can trust, someone that they can connect with as well. That's another thing too I want you guys to know is, sometimes not all psychic and mediums are going to be good for you. You may not resonate with them. Your loved ones, too, they still have their personalities. So they may not, vibe with a certain psychic or medium. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that that medium is bad, that psychic is bad. It just means that they don't vibe with them. So be aware of that. If you're being drawn to a particular person in the field that you want to talk to, listen to that intuitive nudge, because your loved ones will guide you to certain people who they can communicate a lot better with. And yes, I've had this happen a lot. I've had, some loved ones, they just didn't like me, and it's okay. They didn't like the way I communicated with, which is fine. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong. And then I get so many great ones, and they communicate very well because I understand their life experiences and their loved ones. So be very mindful of that as well. Okay. Oh, me says, I haven't gotten any signs. How long does it take? Yes. If you haven't gotten any signs, how long does it take? It really just depends on you. It's on your level of awareness. That's all it really is how aware and how open are you? And are you asking? Are you communicating? Sometimes we may get a sign and we don't even think that's a sign, but we saw it and we're just like, I don't know, that's probably bullshit. No, it's actually a sign. So just be more aware and just start asking. If you're not getting anything, just start that simple exercise I told you. Start communicating with them and asking them. You can even ask for a specific sign, like say, hey, son, can you send me the number 444? That way I know it's easiest for me to know right now, and I know that it's you. And then just let it go and then wait to see when you see that number. And like I said, it may take a little bit of time. It just depends. Like for me, I could sit here and ask my guides or my dad something, and because I'm a medium, I can get things right away, or sometimes it may take days for me. A couple months ago, I was making a certain video, so I asked my spirit guide, like, hey, should I make this particular video? Send me a Barbie, because I don't have no Barbies around me, nothing that says Barbie. And I just said Barbie. And that could be like, you send me a Barbie doll. They can show you a picture of a Barbie doll. You could see, maybe you go grocery shopping and you happen to see a Barbie doll on the shelf. They'll send it in different ways, and you have to let go of control, because we don't control the afterlife. We don't control our loved one's spirit. But sometimes we're just like, oh, I need that one specific thing. And it may come in a whole different way. Okay. So, like I said, I had asked, should I make this video? Send me Barbie. And I think it took 3 days. 3 days. And I was driving home from the car wash. I had went to store, car wash, and on the back road that I drive home to, there was a Jeep in front of me, and on the tire wheel was a black cover, and in pink it said Barbie across it. And I was like, holy shit, there's my sign. And so I ended up, I think a week later, I made that particular video. So just little things like that. Just little things like that. And just like I said, pay attention and just let it go. And it may take time. Like I said, we don't really know exactly when, but it can take just a little bit of time. And it just depends how open you are. Riverman says, I get a bit of witch in you. Yes. Ooh, witchy vibes. Yeah, I've been labeled a witch. I don't go by that. I'm not like, yeah, guys, I'm a witch here. I'm just a medium, and I'm so connected. I've had many lifetimes, you guys. I've been doing this work. So yeah, a lot of growing up, you guys, it was really, I was heavily bullied. I was called Scary Sheri, and yeah, labeled as a witch, and oh, you should be burned to death. I'm like, thank God nobody can burn me to death in this lifetime. Because we ain't about that. Hi, Lainey. How are you? Hey, I've been thinking about you. How are you? Good. How are you? So good to see you. Oh, Tony, I stopped looking for signs. That REM pod is hella loud. Yeah, it's super loud. Sorry, guys. But that's how Spirit is. They're loud. They're bold. They're like, hey, we're here. I love it. I love it. So I hope this helped you guys out a little bit. Oh, Tony says, wow, Sheri, we almost fall. Yeah. Whoops, whoopsie. Yeah, I dropped you guys there for a second. Listen, I have like this set up here and my desk is a bit uneven. You know, we gotta work with what we got here. So, whoops, it's okay. Bob says you're a good witch. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I carry a lot of esoteric wisdom and knowledge. So I'm here in this lifetime to share it all because I don't, your loved ones don't want you guys to be afraid. That is the number one thing. They don't want you to be afraid. There is really nothing you need to be afraid of. Okay. I know Hollywood has done all this stuff, portrayed all these demons and this and that. Yes, negativity does exist, but it doesn't exist in the way you guys we've been all taught, how we all grew up on all this scary shit. Like, unless you're going looking for that stuff, or say you're a paranormal investigator, they deal with, yes, negative things because they're going to haunted locations, they're going to places that maybe need to be investigated. Like, those things do happen, but majority of the time it is your loved ones. But I've had people book sessions because they're like, my apartment is so fucking haunted. And it's actually their loved ones. Where that's where I said in the beginning, where like a group of your loved ones will come through together and they could bring a lot of energy. And at that time, it was this couple, they had quite a few loved ones together who passed away, and they were coming together to get their attention. But there was, like knocking sounds on the wall, not all crazy, but their doors would open just a little smidget. And they're like, I didn't do that. That's happened to me a lot. But for me, it's normal. Like, all of this is so normal. Like, if it didn't happen to me, I would be like, what the fuck is wrong with me? But when you don't really understand, you're like, oh, hell no. What is this? So, yeah, just keep that in mind, you guys, because your loved ones, like I said, they don't want you to be living in fear. And there's nothing that can hurt your soul. Remember that. We're a soul inside this body. We're inside and outside of our body. And if anything happens to our physical body here, this beautiful divine vessel, this beautiful vehicle that we are in this lifetime, if anything happens to it, your body will stay here, but your soul will leave. Your soul is infinite. It is energy. It is pure love, and it can never be destroyed. And that's what your loved ones want you to know. That's how they're able to communicate with you. That's how they're able to come around, because they are truly still living on and in their purest form of love and light. And yes, we will still have our personality. We'll still be sassy as hell. Okay. And if you were really quiet and really reserved, that's fine, but that's how your loved one or you will come through. So they don't want you to be afraid of death and dying. Yes, it can be very scary when we don't truly understand it. All right. But all of your loved ones, your pets, even from when you were a kid, they are all okay. They're all alive. And they're doing so much better than shit we are right now. And it's because we're in our experience. We're here in the 3D. They're off in heaven, in the heavenly realms, living in paradise. Okay. And their heaven will look like whatever they really enjoyed. So keep that in mind. Like, I get a lot of loved ones who love the outdoors. So I tend to get tons of those readings. And that's what their heaven will look like. They will show me, but it will be so much more vibrant. Like, if you guys have ever seen my sleeve, my tattoo sleeve, this is what I see in heaven when I channel your loved ones. They come through as a color like pink, orange, red, blue, and the whole environment that they're in, it looks how vibrant my sleeve looks, all these colors, how vibrant that is, that's what it looks like. It is it's so hard to explain and put it into words because it's felt. You know, your loved ones, they communicate through light, through frequency, through vibration, through sound. And all these colors, they will communicate, you know, telepathically, and that's how your loved ones communicate. They will come, for me, they come through as a color, and then their soul will appear, so I'll see them how they look, how they looked in the physical realm. But like I said, some will come more suited up or more younger looking, just depends. And also too, if you lose a child, they come through as how they, you know, they loved, how they loved to look, how they loved themselves. Sometimes even, you know, people who have miscarriages, still that soul is with you, and they will appear as, you know, that soul, and they will grow alongside you as well. Your children, if you had a miscarriage, stillborn, all of that, you know, as hard as it is, they definitely are protected in heaven by your other loved ones. They are never alone, and they grow alongside with you. And that, I just think that is just so incredible and so special. Tony says, yes, it's like bright sun and kings and queens are. Yes, it's so incredible, you guys. I've also had out of body experiences. I'm going to talk about that on another live stream this week. I can't wait to tell you guys about that. But that's how I know more about the afterlife, because my soul has left my body, and I've traveled with one of my guides to another dimension, and I've seen so many things, and I'm like, wow, wow. Even though I'm a medium and I could see heaven, fully got to really experience a lot of it. So that was really, really cool. Tony also says, I do feel it's like gods and goddess in heaven. Yes. Yeah. And I believe in heaven. I call it, I mean, we call it heavenly realms, but I call it heaven. And that's where they're at. And they are just thriving, and they're doing really, really great and incredible. And they get to do many things that you guys, your mind would just be like, oh my gosh. But yes, they definitely check on you. They care about you so much, and they just don't want you guys living in fear or feel like you're suffering without them. You just have to learn to energetically communicate with them. There goes the grandpa. There they are confirming. Oh, I love it. I'm so excited. I love it. So did this help you? Did all of these signs, I mean, I didn't go over every single sign, but just a lot of signs that have come up in sessions and things that have come up a lot lately. And I just wanted to hop on here and make sure I share this with you guys, because I don't, your loved ones are like, tell them, Sheri, I don't want them feeling alone or feeling like you're never going to see your loved one again. And yes, they will say, yes, you guys still will miss them physically. Yes, you will. But they are still around energetically. And it's just learning that transition to communicate with them, okay, energetically. And it does. So many people, especially this past year that came for sessions, they were at the end of the session, they were like, I'm so glad that I came. Even one lady, she was like, I really didn't want to come, but I'm so glad that I came, because she just felt so much more hope, and she was able to understand why she wasn't getting signs. She wasn't really paying attention, and she was one of those who are like, oh, that's just crap. That's horseshit. That ain't true. And then she's like, oh my God, it really is them. So just knowing that you are so divinely supported. And remember, you have a whole spiritual team. You got angels, you got your spirit guides, and your loved ones, and your pets. I mean, you guys should be living your life the best that you can. And that's what they truly want for you. Okay. And they know that you're going to miss them physically. They know that. They truly do know that. That's why they come to talk to you. That's why they come to help you and comfort you the best that they can while they're in heaven. And also, just real quickly, they want you to know that when it is your turn, to go to heaven, you will never be alone. They will be right there with you. So don't ever be in fear of, oh my gosh, what if something happens to me and I pass away? Will I be alone? Will they be there? Will I see my dad? Will I see my kids? You will see all of them, plus your guides and your angels and God and whoever it is that you believe in. You definitely will see them. They will greet you and they will help you. Okay, so whoever it is that you believe in or whoever you miss, definitely start talking to them more. Okay, and it doesn't mean, get all of this out of your head that, oh, I'm crazy or this is not real or whatever. Just try it and see what happens. But give it some time. Because even for me in the beginning, being a medium, I would get signs and then I would just pass them like, oh, that wasn't real. Or I would overthink it like heavily. And I'm like, girl, what are you doing? That was a sign. So it does take some time. So don't beat yourself up. Okay. Have compassion for yourself. Your loved ones, they may joke and laugh, oh, they ain't paying attention, but all in all, it is okay. They'll still be right there with you, even though if you're not picking it up. But one day you will, and you'll feel it, and you will just be so excited because just knowing, for me, it's that little bit of comfort knowing my dad is around. My little dog Madison, she truly is around. And you will see them again. Tony says, I do. Oh, I did get that. Agree, he says. Oh, yes, agree. All right. Oh, Miss Christine, hello from Vegas. Ooh, Vegas. Haven't been to Vegas in a long time. Love it. What about Earth angels? Can they connect immediately? Yes. Yeah, whatever you Afterlife is amazing, Tony says. Oh, yes. Whatever you a lot of us, I will say this, not everybody will be a professional psychic medium, but all of us, we can connect through our intuition. Your intuition can, spark up your psychic abilities, whether that's you hear spirit, you smell, you see, you sense, you feel, you hear. You may have some of these just open up, one day. That's for me, it started when I was a kid. My senses, I would feel and sense and know spirit before I started seeing spirit. I would see energy, but I wouldn't see your loved ones like physically yet. They would come kind of like what I see right now. There's a bunch of energy around and they would be different colors. And then I would get a vision in my mind and I'm like, oh, that's who it is. So it'll come in many different ways, but you may have that happen, just one of your abilities just start opening and getting stronger and stronger, and then some of you guys more will open up and get stronger and stronger. So most definitely pay attention to that. Okay. Tony says, are you making video? We're live streaming on YouTube, Instagram, I think, and here with all of you lovely souls here on TikTok. All right, guys. So let me know if this did help, if some of this did resonate with you. And again, just know you are truly never alone. All right. And I'm here for you guys if you do need help. Remember, listen to your loved ones, whoever you feel drawn to, whether that's me or another medium or psychic. Listen to that, okay? That way you have a good experience. And if you haven't had a good experience, definitely reach out. Okay, Miss Christine says, yes, definitely made sense to me. Good. I'm so excited. Your loved ones are so happy and so excited. All right. And lastly, again, if you need any help, my link here is up in the bio. You could book a psychic or a mediumship session. If you want to connect to your loved one, it's mediumship. All right. So I'm glad this helped you all, and I will be on again here. I'm going to just eat lunch real quick, and I'm going to hop on again, live stream, and do a whole collective reading for you guys. All right. I'm going to be doing these live streams, talking about your loved ones, and then the collective readings I still do with the tarot. I'm just going to do them a little bit different and separate this time. All right. Tony says, nice seeing you again. Yes, I love you guys. Miss you guys so much. And I'm glad you guys hopped on here this morning. I love it. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close out YouTube and TikTok. So make sure to love yourself, love each other. Oh, Tony says, I just woke up. Yes. Get that good rest in. All right. Shoot, I'm up, you guys, early. Early. All right, guys, make sure to take care of yourself, love each other, and just remember that we are the magic. We are the love. We are the magic that connects us all together. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next live stream.